Hi guys, John Schulte with JTS Tax and Financial. And today I want to talk about California Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. Today's a very big day for California. It's open for business. They're taking applications for self-employed, independent contractors, sole proprietors. You can now go on the EDD website and apply for unemployment benefits. This is normally not available to those types of workers. Typically, only W-2 workers can claim unemployment. So I want to walk through some of the guidance that's been issued in the form of FAQs, and we'll get a sense of what this is going to look like moving forward. So let's dive right in and take a look here at some of the questions and answers. Now, as far as being eligible for PUA, pretty much if you're watching this video, you most likely are. So I don't want to spend any time on that. The COVID-19 reasons, everyone who's here looking at this pretty much qualifies. So I want to get right into how do I apply for PUA benefits. Yeah, and it says here you can file a PUA claim through UI Online just as you would for regular unemployment. So step number one is to make sure you go on to the EDD site, find the UI Online link. The link to that will be in the description of this video. Go ahead and click on it and start giving them your information, setting up your online account. This is the account where you're going to administer all of your benefits and manage this whole process. So let's get to the good stuff here. How much would I receive in PUA benefits? So check this out. In order to provide benefits as quickly as possible, whoops, lost my highlight there. In order to provide benefits as quickly as possible, payments will be issued in phases. If you qualify for PUA at all, the initial payments you will receive are as follows. So in order to make this work faster, they're going to, off the bat, give everybody $167 per week for these weeks, February 2nd through March 28th. Then they're going to give everybody $167 plus $600. That's the federal piece of the unemployment puzzle here, for each week from March 29th to July 25th. So that's going to be a minimum of $767. Then it goes back to the state minimum of $167 per week from July 26th to December 26th. That's correct, all the way through until December. Total of 39 weeks. So this is important here. After these initial payments, depending on your prior earnings, your weekly amount of $167 may be increased. You will have an opportunity to certify your prior income on your PUA application. The EDD is working to establish efficient procedures to determine if an increase to the weekly PUA amount will be appropriate after an individual receives the initial weekly amount. So what they're doing here is they're opening the door to paying you more if you earned more than a minimum threshold amount. Let's find out what that is. It's the answer to that is buried in this next answer here. But will I need to submit my PUA application? Will I need to submit with my PUA application any documents to prove income? The answer is no. So initially, you can go ahead and sign up for this and start getting that weekly amount as quickly as possible without any documentation. However, they're going to ask you to enter your total income for 2019. The question is, do you know what your total income for 2019 was? And by total income, I believe they mean net earnings from self-employment. So that's line 31 of your Schedule C. If you don't know this amount, this may be something you need to have done. And if I do your taxes, then, and we haven't done them yet for 2019, you don't know what this number is, we're going to need to do your tax return. So that's a key takeaway here. In order to possibly raise the amount of benefits that you might get beyond this $167 per week, it's worth doing your tax return to reflect the actual number that you can then substantiate and prove to them. But let's talk about how much the amount will be. If the income information you provide indicates that you meet an annual earnings threshold of 17,368 or more, the EDD will work as quickly as possible to verify your income using other resources available to the department in order to increase your PUA weekly benefit amount. So in other words, you have to make more than 17,368 per year in net earnings from self-employment. And if you do, they want to pay you more. So if you're in that range or above that range, let's get the tax return done. Let's have the substantiation to say, yes, here, look at it. 2019 tax return. I made more than 17,368. So please pay me more. And that should be good. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't affect the $600 piece. $600 is fixed for those weeks that you get it. This is the lower amount from the state itself. So if the EDD contacts me and asks for proof of my income, what documents should I submit? And they're saying the EDD will inform you of the documents you can submit. In general, it's going to look like annual tax return, 1099s. They're going to want to see your net income. They're going to want to see the tax return. There's a few more very good questions in here that I don't want to get too into detail because I don't think they apply to too many people, but essentially they're telling you what to do if you started the process, say you're self-employed, you didn't have any W-2 income for the last 18 months, but you went ahead and tried to apply for unemployment a few weeks ago and got rejected. They're essentially saying, go ahead and try this process, start over. Other things here related. If you have any amount of W-2 income, the EDD is going to use that to set your base amount, not your self-employment income. So, if any, I encourage you to read through all of these to see which ones apply to you in your situation. But I just wanted to sort of drive home the point that you're going to need to have your numbers together in order to get potentially more money, because they're just going to start off paying everybody the same amount, $167 a week. Now, in the realm of unemployment, which normally goes up to $450 a week from the state, that's, if you made more than that, if you're eligible for more than that, you should get it. And the way to get it is to tell them what that number is. So a couple things here, you might want to hold off from finishing your application until you know at least approximately what that number is. And if you need help with that, you can contact us, let us know, and we'll help you figure that out. And if you are ready to go ahead and file the rest of your 2019 tax return, that would be a big help too, because that is a very big piece of substantiation of your income is a filed, signed tax return. So the EDD in California have given us a lot of information here. Key takeaways, you're going to want to know your numbers. So if you need help with that, if you need to put your books together, if you need to file the tax return for 2019, let us know and we'll try to work you in and prioritize this so that you can get the maximum amount that you're entitled to under this law. You don't just want to get lumped in with the minimum 167 for weeks and weeks if you're actually entitled to more than that based on what you actually earned in 2019. If you want to contact us, check out the email below. Feel free to comment on the video here. And as always, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.